Hello, Collective. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. If you're new mothers, happy Mother's Day. It's an everyday thing. But happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying yourself or at least getting started. I know the day isn't over, so be safe. Keep your vibration high. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be aware, all right? But overall, enjoy yourself, all right? But this is an all signs read. This is Divine Eyed Mystic Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Welcome. Mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses to you. This is going to be our all signs read. We're going to do how do they feel about you? What do they think? What do they feel about you? And what are they going to do about it? All right. How do they feel about you? And what are they going to do about it? All right. But we're going to kick it off with Gemini. You guys make sure you know this could be low vibrational, high vibrational, zodiac signs. So take whatever resonates, leave what doesn't. Okay, there are other all sign reads that may be more in alignment or more suitable for what you're looking for. So this is a general reading, all right. But we're gonna start with Gemini. Make sure you guys are doing your return descendants as well. Call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron, exactly, to do that. But make sure you're doing your return descendants, especially if you have not done so already. Return that shit to sender. But yeah, let's start with Gemini. How does this person feel about my Gemini? How does this person feel about my Geminis? And what are they going to do about it? How do they feel about my Gemini? How does this person feel about Gemini? Give me one card. How does this person feel about Gemini? How do they feel about Gemini? Painful memories. Bottom of the deck, you got I need to figure myself out. So they could be having some painful memories right now, Gemini, due to whatever it is that they need to figure out about themselves, when it comes to reevaluating how they see themselves, their self-image. They could be doing some shadow work. Yeah, but let's see. It could be some painful memories. What are they doing about these painful memories? Messages for Gemini. What are they doing about these painful memories? What's going on? Messages for Gemini. What are they doing about these painful memories? Yeah, somebody reevaluating, themselves. They doing some looking within when it comes to them, wherever they missed the opportunity at with you, they looking, more at that situation, like evaluating their emotions, how they expressed it. Did I come off, like I was supposed to? Did I express something in a healthy way? Was I toxic? You know what I'm saying? That could I had, said that different? Could I had expressed something more, or find a new way to express that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this person, had some inner, conflict going on. Maybe they had some unhealed areas in their life that, caused them, what's the root of the problem of them, how they express their emotions, towards you. So it could be, like I said, 4 cups came out. So even if you refuse an offer from them, this could be a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be. But it's the fact that somebody, actually reevaluating, you know what I'm saying, some area of their life, you know what I'm saying, where they possibly, may have settled for where they were, you know what I'm saying, and refused to work on themselves or look, further at something, for a clearer, perception or version, you know what I'm saying, a way of seeing something. They could feel like they fighting a losing battle. They feel sad. You know what I'm saying? But they, could be looking within right now when it comes to them just reevaluating themselves. You know what I'm saying? But they could, eventually, have some swift, take some swift action after a while, to come towards you with the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius. But yeah, that could be, dealing with some things that, now they need to reassess, reevaluate. All right, so they're having some painful memories, but this is about them, actually looking within, at themselves at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they were looking at something one sided and making it seem like it was all, some insecurities on your behalf or something like that, when it could have possibly just been how they played a situation, how they saw themselves at that time, the way they was expressing themselves. It may have been, from a hurt place, you know. How does this person feel about Libra? Moving on to Libra. How does this person feel about Libra? How does this person feel about Libra? The person is on Libra's mind. How do they feel about them? How do they feel about Libra? How do they feel about my Libras? Drama? Bottom of the deck. Don't put up with my bullshit. Somebody feel like you don't put up with their bullshit, or somebody don't put up with your bullshit. Somebody ain't with the drama. They ain't with the drama. Or you ain't with the drama. Clarify drama. Messages for Libra. What are they doing about this drama? Messages for Libra. What is this person on Libra's mind doing about this drama? What are they doing about this drama? What are they doing about this drama with Libra? Clarify drama. Messages for Libra. We got 9 of Pentacles with the Justice at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody already self-efficient, Libra. 9 of Pentacles. So, like somebody's already abundant in their own right. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of good energy around them right now. And someone, may feel as though this is feeling like somebody treating you unfairly. You know what I'm saying? With the Justice at the bottom of the deck in reverse, Libra energy. Like you could be feeling like, somebody treating you unfairly. Especially if somebody, coming off, because at the bottom of the deck, it's like, don't put up with my bullshit. I don't want to be alone. It's the next card. It's like somebody feel like the way, or you feel like the way this person is coming off because they, kind of got their own. You know what I'm saying? They really don't ask you, need you for anything, or they make you feel as though they don't need you for anything, or they don't. Okay? You could be self-efficient. They could be self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? But it's a thing of somebody feeling like, they being treated unfairly, especially if they are trying to avoid taking accountability. And it's like somebody don't want that drama. Is if you're not trying to take accountability for something, or somebody feeling like, you feeling as though somebody not taking accountability for something, it's like you feel like it's coming with some type of drama. Especially, if they want to collaborate, work with you. You know what I'm saying? Right behind this Justice in reverse is 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. Yeah, like somebody having some nostalgia, when it comes to celebrating, you know, but it's about, somebody actually not want to deal with somebody that got, some issues, with people in their past, or they got, people that won't let go of their energy, or they still dealing with, or still got some type of communication for. So if you got somebody in your energy that, is still interested in you, you still entertaining their conversations, you still answering their phone calls, and, you still liking and following, whatever they got going on online, and you not, resolving the issue with somebody else that actually, was serious about you or something like that. Because I feel like now somebody feels as though, or you feel as though, like I said, this justice is in reverse. It's in Libra energy. All right. But this could have been a low vibrational moment. This could be a low vibrational Libra that I'm talking about. Okay. So this may not be for every Libra. You may be a cross watcher for Libra. You could have Libra placements. All right, but there's a thing of somebody got some resentment like festering, or if it ain't that, it's like somebody feeling like they in like a powerless position. You know how people feel like I used to be able to, like somebody be trying to be their own judge and jury. You know what I'm saying? Or decide what they want to take accountability for. Like you don't, that's not how it go. You know what I'm saying? I feel like somebody feel as though, somebody trying to make them feel, or how somebody coming off because they don't need the other person is making that person feel like, damn, why you gotta treat me like that though? And it's like, somebody feeling as though, the other person either ain't taking no accountability or not, somebody don't have like that, they don't have that pull towards somebody. Like somebody don't have the confidence or they don't have the power somebody else got. Like somebody's confidence is like up there and somebody else's is not. Is basically what it is. Like somebody's confidence is through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Even if they have a shy moment, it's still, them standing on business. Somebody already self-efficient. They already abundant in their own right. You know what I'm saying? So they, wherever somebody's sitting at right now with this Nine of Pentacles, could be a Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could, be sitting nice, where they, quiet, you know, protecting they, whatever it is that they don't work for, or whatever it is that they, peace of mind and energy that somebody just staying in some good energy. You know what I'm saying? They're very abundant, like I said, in their own right. They're very self-efficient, very independent in their own right. So at some point, like somebody just like, listen, I can do without the drama, Libra. Or Libra, you saying this, you know what I'm saying? But somebody feels as though the way you handling something is like, it's like, it's too much for somebody. Like somebody feel like, damn, you got to handle me like that. It's like that. What are they doing? What are they doing about this drama when it comes to Libra? What are they doing about this drama? What are they doing about this drama? What are they doing about it? You got the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo again. You got the Three of Swords now at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Also in Libra energy. So somebody, they abundant, independent, ascended, Eight of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? You could be working, you know what I'm saying, focusing on work. But somebody's mastering, whatever it is that they need to build, you know what I'm saying, and grow and gain wisdom and knowledge from. You know what I'm saying? This is about, hard work. Whether somebody's working hard, focusing on work or whatever the case may be, especially with this Three of Swords in reverse, like somebody not dealing with a separation too well. Especially Libra, if you working, you know what I'm saying, if you abundant, you know what I'm saying, you sitting nice, you know what I'm saying, you working hard for what you got, you know what I'm saying, you putting in the, the burning the midnight oil, whatever the case may be, and it's like got somebody else, feeling as though, yeah, especially if you were dealing with somebody, you had to walk away from that, was refusing to do the work on themselves or putting in the same kind of work you was putting in on yourself or whatever, like matching your energy, and they could not be dealing, with a separation too well, because it's like somebody want to blame another person, instead of, accepting the knowledge that, they partly responsible. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept, like I said, the justice was at the bottom of the deck in reverse at first anyway. So it's like somebody feeling like, damn, you ain't gotta do me like that, but damn, accept your, your bullshit. Like nobody want to put up with that. You know, it's like issues that unnecessary drama is what I'm getting. Like somebody like, you know, they don't say they don't like drama, but they, you know, got some unnecessary drama going on. And it's like somebody want to blame another person, you know, for how they treat them instead of just taking accountability for their part. You know what I'm saying? Both people, even if this is somebody you that's thinking of you, Libra, it's about both of you taking accountability. It's both people, even if you're going through a marriage counseling, you know, or premarital counseling. It's about you taking accountability and knowing when to do that and that is necessary. You know what I'm saying? But this person, you know, they could be working on themselves. Eight of Pentacles, are they focusing a lot more on work? Yeah. You could not be dealing with a separation too well, or somebody ain't dealing with a separation from you too well. All right. But they could be focusing more on work and trying to, you know, take their mind off of it, or this is what you're doing. Or whoever this is, they don't want to, you know, be alone. They just feel like, you know, it's a lot for them to have to deal with right now. I can't make it up because at the bottom of this deck, it's like this deck. Okay, this is the deck I'm using. Okay, this at the bottom of this deck, it's got don't put up with my bullshit. Right? I don't want to be alone. This is for you, Libra. All right. Then the next card is it's all too much. The next card, don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. What I said. This person already feel like they don't deserve somebody like you in the first place. Or you feel like you don't deserve somebody like whoever this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is, but they want what they want and they won't settle for nothing less. You know what I'm saying? Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. They ain't gonna settle for nothing less. All right. Let's move on to Aquarius. How do they feel about Aquarius? How do they feel about my Aquariuses? How does this person that Aquarius is thinking about, how do they feel about Aquarius? Why can't I move on from you? It's probably a long ass waiting list. Know how them apartments and stuff is. I'm just playing, y'all. They want to know why they can't move on from you. The bottom of the deck, you got what is the truth. I don't know if they searching for the truth. I don't know if they, you know, want you to tell them the truth or you want them to tell you the truth. It's, you know, somebody want to know why can't I move on from you? Let's see what they're going to do about it, because they may have tried. I feel like whoever this is, they may have tried to move on, or let's see what they're doing about it, what's going on with it. Why can't I move on from you? Messages for Aquarius. What are they doing about this? Why can't they move on from Aquarius? What are they doing about this? Whoever this person is, what are they doing to get over Aquarius? Why can't they move on from Aquarius? What are they doing about this? Why can't they move on from Aquarius? Yeah, 10 of Cups, Pisces. Like somebody sees, you know, a happy ending with you. Like somebody sees like they self, you know, in this happy ever after with you. They don't know why they can't stop seeing it, you know, imagining it. Could be a Pisces. You got the Tower in reverse and the Fool in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Followed by the Seven of Wands right behind that. So it's like, you know, somebody may have been, you know, refusing to change, you know what I'm saying, rejecting change, you know, avoiding their spiritual enlightenment, you know, like refusing to fix things that, you know, they may have been fixated on, you know, being like, you know, trying to avoid a tower, like somebody not wanting to rejecting change. You know what I'm saying? Refusing to take accountability, but also, somebody, resisting change. And it's necessary in everything you do. But you got the Tower in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the Two of Cups and the Fool in reverse. And it's like somebody got to alter their fixed way of thinking. Aries, Leo, Sage, like you could have this in your chart, or somebody got to alter like how they see something. If they feel like, if outside of this person, Aquarius, outside of this Pisces, it may be you. But it's, if you keep continuously thinking, you know what I'm saying, on that level of something not working out or something like that, or you not enough for this person, it's gonna take you down that situation, that path, or something like that again. Like feeling like you gotta be defensive. You know how people say, I want to be in my soft girl era. I want to be in my feminine energy, but if I feel like I have to stand guard over my emotions, and we all gotta have boundaries. But if you make a person feel as though they gotta be on, you know what I'm saying, like they gotta be on post, on guard, like you know what I'm saying, instead of how some folks be like, how you so protective of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like how folks is of their kids. Why you got your guard up? Why you so got that wall up with me or whatever? And it's like, if you see that, then you may have to not be so aggressive about trying to get me to take it down. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times, Aquarius, a lot of people be trying to figure you out instead of just enjoying you. You know what I'm saying? And allowing, whatever it is they like to do, or whoever they really are, to like come through. Let that overshadow, what you seeing going on, or what trying to figure out with somebody else. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you trying to get a new child that, when you're working in a child care facility, for those of you that understand that. When you get a new child and somebody dropping a child off, and they new to your facility, this place, like you got to find ways to like take this child mind off of their parent walking out the door, so they can get used to them walking out the door and not feel so, pressed and so agitated, you know what I'm saying, so scared, and comforting them, you know what I'm saying. And I feel like, when people look at the child, that inner child, about you, has to be, you have to nurture and, be aware of that inner child that needs healing too. And knowing that it's safe, to do this. Some days, when you go out that door, it's not all that safe. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner, the men in this world see that, those that want to be that, see that, then the better it will be. Because some folks tend to not realize men have to be just as on guard about their energy as women do. So if we have to look out for each other, then let's take accountability for what we know to be out here. But instead of that, it's like somebody, somebody resisting change. So they got to get out of their old way of thinking, them old beliefs or whatever used to work in other connections with other people. And they were getting the reaction they got out of that response they wanted. They going to have to get out of that shit, because that is what got them feeling like, well, damn, why I can't get over you? Because you want to keep doing that shit you do with other people, and it's not going to work. Even if even if this is an Aquarius dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, any damn same, certain people that you learn lessons from, your boundaries start coinciding with those situations, and you start realizing them things you got to take responsibility for. Not just accountability, but responsibility. And you responsible for your feelings, you know what I'm saying, and your actions, and how you express those feelings and your actions toward those people at that time, all the time. You got to be responsible how you handle somebody, just like when you used to have to ask a person, parents, for their hand in marriage and stuff like that, to get their blessing, and, to hear their other parents' concerns, when it comes to their daughter, their son, wedding with you, you know what I'm saying, connecting with you like that. Taking them vows to you, you know what I'm saying? And when you had two parents in the home, or even if they weren't in the home and they just came together on your day, either way, this person feel like, why can't I move on from you? You know what I'm saying? Whether this is you or this is the person, that's thinking of you or the person you thinking of right now. They don't know why. You know what I'm saying? And they want to give you this Two of Cups, even if you choose it yourself. But it's like, somebody may have been afraid of where something would go, like fear of the unknown with the Fool in reverse. Like somebody want to give you this Two of Cups, but it's like they don't know, if that's going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They don't know if, especially if somebody thought they can give you a Two of Cups and you still be okay with how they do shit. You know what I'm saying? Without them going on this spiritual journey with you. Like, no, it's not going. Because I feel like that's what happened. Like somebody was unawakened and somebody else was awakened. And it's like somebody wanted to, connect with another person. They felt that connection there, this magnetic attraction. But it's like, it's not enough to make me stay in that cycle, or in that way of thinking. Like, no, like somebody was in a south node, wanting somebody to stay in a south node with them. It's like, no, not doing that. Mm-mm. What are they doing about this when it comes to Aquarius? Why can't I move on from you? Why can't I move on from you? What are they doing about this? Messages for Aquarius. What are they doing about this? Why can't I move on? Yeah. See, somebody know they got some, outdated beliefs and, what I'm saying, views and things like that. Like, some materialistic, views and things like, they know they got some toxic ways, you know what I'm saying? They know they got some low vibrational south node that shit going on. They know they got some things they feel like they stuck, having to face. And they see you out here, being adventurous, could be traveling right now. They, or this is them, like, but it's like somebody in their head a lot. They could be having a lot of sleepless nights, you know what I'm saying? A lot of nightmares. It could be having a lot of, um, being upset, with the fact that there's no communication between you and this person. Whoever this is, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, is no contact, no communication, and it could be the fact that like somebody feel like there's a lot of low self-esteem here. And it could be behind the fact that you happy, and standing your ground, standing up for yourself. But it's like, I want to say they're taking accountability, but it's like somebody knows, they got some ways about them that doesn't work for you. Like it doesn't, pan out between you and them. And they don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the truth? They need to figure themselves out because it's like, they can't handle your kind of look. Like your love, your energy is real strong. It's real strong. Like they can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a magnetic attraction, and this person, could be like in this devil energy or something like that, where, they could be like an energy vampire or something like that, like in need of your energy. Like somebody, is can't let go. Like as much as they do, they want to. Like they, can't bring themselves, to like move on from you fast enough, even if they trying to. And if they, struggling with, with what the truth is, it's like somebody, you know, not knowing, if it's somebody wasn't able to sit down and have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, like I said, somebody may not have known, how to properly express themselves. But what's the Ten of Cups with the devil? I feel like somebody knows what their issues are. They know what their issues are. They got some ways about them, some outdated beliefs that they gonna have to, they feel like they, got some addictions, a way of life or something like that, an image that they trying to uphold, or lifestyle they trying to have. Like, what's the Ten of Cups with the devil? Yeah, this slow moving energy. And like I said, this person done tried to move on. It's just, something is ending or they going with the flow or something like at a slow place, a slow pace. You know what I'm saying? They could have wanted you to just go with the flow or something. You know what I'm saying? Things could have been stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody wanted you to go, like being at a stalemate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, somebody wanted another person or they wanted you to be patient with them, and it could have been a slow process. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to put your needs, first. You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself first. And I feel like this person may have had, things that they felt like they were bound to that, they may have felt like, they need to stick around for, they need to keep giving to, or they feel like, like somebody don't want to change. That's why they can't let go of your energy. Like they refuse to, make the changes so that they can move on to, whatever else is better for them. And I feel like, somebody trying to hold on to and not take accountability for whatever a situation is. But I feel like this is not them not taking accountability. This is about them, knowing what their issue is. They just don't know why they can't, move on from you even with the issues. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's a slow burn. You know what I'm saying? This may have been something that may have took off fast and then start slowing down, and got stagnant, like got to a certain phase or a certain flow, and it just never went anywhere. And it may have suffered for a good little while. You may have suffered in that cycle with this person for a good little while. So now it's like this person gonna have to reprioritize it. They're gonna have to find other ways to, make more time for themselves and stop worrying about pleasing other people. You know what I'm saying? Taking action for other people, being there for other people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to save faces could be a damn people pleaser. So it could have been a people pleaser in the past and got themselves in situations, with other folks, other family, other friends, other connections, partnerships, that they, took a lot of action in and, and did less than others. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, they could have put more energy and action into things that really didn't even matter. And the things that really matter, this person barely took any action toward. They barely, put any work in on it. So it's like, they see themselves, in this 10 of cups with you. They do. But they got some ways that they know ain't going to work, in something stable. And a healthy connection, like they got some ways about them that just ain't all that. It's not going to have a healthy, you know what I'm saying, start. If they had gave you an offer, you know what I'm saying, or taking you up on the offer. What are they doing about this devil energy? What are they doing about this devil energy? Messages for Aquarius. What are they doing about this devil energy? Somebody moving at a slow pace, but they feel like there's some dishonesty, disharmony. 7 of Swords, and you got the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So somebody feel as though they not letting themselves stay bound or blocked, or letting the fact that some negative thoughts or whatever they might be having stop them. But it's like 8 of Swords in reverse. It's like whatever they feel like is bad now, it's gonna get worse. And I feel like it's gonna get that way, or eventually get that way. Yeah, the more somebody is, yeah, It's like somebody in some, negative energy or like being sneaky and deceptive. You know what I'm saying? Like doing some. So be mindful of, somebody coming towards you that's, like overly confident, you know what I'm saying? Or like trying to, you know what I'm getting? Like that story this man told, or like how you see something on the surface ain't like what it seems. Like if somebody come off, like they okay, they fun loving or whatever, and under the scene, behind the scenes, you know, somebody in this energy. Nothing is quite what it seems. And I want to say somebody think, I don't know if they involved with somebody Aquarius that got them, feeling this way or got them in their head. Um, Especially if somebody feel like, you moved on to somebody else or you involved with somebody else, or you had somebody else the whole time, somebody like behind their back, or somebody had somebody the whole time behind it, behind your back. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody talking to somebody behind your back, like they, talking to somebody behind the scenes, like trying to put something together, like somebody trying to, I don't know if they're trying to get information or something like that, or what's the Seven of Swords about? What's the Seven of Swords about? What are they doing about the Seven of Swords? That's just for Aquarius. What are they doing about the Seven of Swords? Because this Seven of Swords is in Aquarius energy, but what are they doing about this Seven of Swords? Why the Seven of Swords out here? What are they doing about this Seven of Swords? What's the Seven of Swords about? What are they being secretive about? What's this communication? What are they talking about? The Seven of Swords. Messages for Aquarius. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What are they doing about this Seven of Swords? There's some type of, approach somebody may have because they refuse to change. Aquarius. Okay, so whoever this is, they could have like this, like somebody could be playing, with somebody's in somebody's energy. Like they could have some type of, um, demonic attachment. Like they could be involved with somebody that they feel bound to, trapped with, stuck with. Because of whatever situation they got going on with this person. Maybe they had you secret. Maybe you were, a secret in this with this person or somebody on the side or something like that. But it's like somebody, trying to possibly, move on, or they trying to get information or something like that, or trying to low key like lead this person. Like somebody trying to low key like lead this person, to possibly like come back towards you. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody wanna, like they could want to compromise or something like that. But it's like, especially somebody like, yeah, I ain't with nobody. Nuh-uh. Like I promise you, this is no. Nothing is what it seems to be. And it's like you know, be prepared to stand your ground. You know what I'm saying? You could have fire in your chart, Aquarius. That's for somebody. Because somebody want to know the truth. What's the truth? Like somebody want to know possibly if you with somebody else, even if they got somebody else, or even if they know other people interested in them, but somebody else interested in them, but they could be, you know, entertaining other people company. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they want to know, why can't I get over this person? Why can't I move on from them? You know what I'm saying? Like they may feel like you got somebody else. They want to know. You know what I'm saying? They could be trying to figure out, like asking people or trying to, you know, make communication, or somebody behind the scenes with them is trying to, you know, see what they got going on, or keep them in their head about, you know, what's really going on with them. Because even if this person tried to move on, it's like they can't figure out like why they can't get over you. Even if they probably got a decent person they with now, don't have to be, but it's like this person, you know, like I said, this devil could mean they in some type of toxic environment, you know, low vibrational environment. They, you know, doing things with a low vibrational person, you know, people, things like that. Like they partaking in a lot of activity, you know, areas and things like that that just is keeping their frequency low, very low. Okay, so they could be dealing with somebody that they feel like they stuck with in this devil energy. Like, you know, they may have secrets, they may have some skeletons that they kind of don't want to have, you know, come falling out the fucking closet the minute this person get a whiff of them, or find out, you know, they trying to, you know, get at you or talk to you behind the scenes. But this person is like somebody trying to plan their escape or something. Like somebody trying to figure out, like, damn, what they doing? You know, I need to get over here, see what's going on. I need to fake them out. I need to do this, or plan a trip. I need to do, you know what I'm saying? Especially if this person live at a distance, they have no access to you or something like that. You're not talking to them. It's like somebody trying to like sneak away. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna have to be prepared, you know, to stand their ground, because you know you gonna have to be prepared, you know, for some type of, you know, incoming, you know, drama, or possibly some type of action that may follow somebody because of, you know, them, you know, trying to do something behind the scenes. Because I feel like at the deck, with this death at the bottom of the deck, this is somebody that's very depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody accept and not want to accept, you know, how, yeah, somebody like delusional, or they involved with somebody like this. Whoever this person is thinking like they could be dealing with somebody that's delusional. Like they don't, you know, somebody that don't see nothing wrong with them, but they somebody distorted, you know, and just be careful. Okay. Let's move on to Taurus. How does this person feel about my Tauruses? How do they feel about Taurus? The person that's on Taurus, man, how do they feel about Taurus? In one card, how do they feel about Taurus? How do they feel? How does this person feel about Taurus? How does this person feel about Taurus? And that's too many. How does this person feel about Taurus? Person that's on Taurus, man, how do they feel about Taurus? They feel like the heat between you and them is intense. Something could have got, started off, real heated, you know what I'm saying? Could have had a lot of sexual chemistry, just a lot of, could have been in like that honeymoon phase. So something could have got off to a false start or something like that. And it's like now somebody could feel lost now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like somebody, you could have made some changes or something, different could be going on with you now. You could have, raised your vibration. You could have ascended. you know, doing, could be doing your spiritual journey, don't have to be. But it's like, wherever you at on your spiritual journey, it could be separating you from, whoever this person is that you had this, intense, connection with. You know what I'm saying? The heat between you and this person, the passion between you and this person was very intense. Like something was like very sexual. You know what I'm saying? But it was, felt on both with both people. What are they doing about this when it comes to Taurus? The heat between us is intense. What are they doing about this? Messages for Taurus. Between us is intense. So this could have been a third party situation. Two of Swords. Don't have to be. Or it just could be the fact that somebody, feels something different, between you and them that they never felt, with anybody else. It's something like that. Why the Two of Swords? Got the Five of Wands, but I'm not gonna keep it. So they could be dealing with some, mental conflict, but this could be also some hidden information, like, the heat between us is intense. Like, it's like somebody knows there's something there between you and them. It could be something more than sexual. But it's like, that's the one thing that sticks out about this, the most to whoever this is, Taurus. You could have been dealing with a Libra. Don't have to be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. What are they doing about this heat between us with the Two of Swords? Messages for Taurus. The heat between us is intense. What are they doing about it? Because somebody at a crossroads, they could be at a stalemate right now. Or they had you and them at a stalemate. But what are they doing about this heat between... Of course, you got the Three of Swords. This could be a Libra. Taurus don't have to be. Could be an air sign. Could be any air sign. Or they could have air in their chart. Like somebody's, experiencing, a lot of sadness. Could be some depression. When it comes to a separation or breakup. But it's something that possibly was needed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody needed to build a confidence, with the strength at the bottom of the day. You got the Seven of Cups with the Five of Wands. Yeah, like the passion, like something got off to a false start. You know what I'm saying? Or it had a passionate start and then it, may have fizzled away. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have lost passion for somebody else, that they wasn't expecting, yeah. Like they may feel like now, you're not attracted to them anymore or something like that, or you're not as into them or turned on by them or attracted to them anymore. Like you don't have that desire for them anymore. Or this could be somebody that they, had something with and it was just something sexual. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this Two of Swords is giving me like third party interference. You know what I'm saying? And it's like some information, some, communication that's not being had. I don't know if this person, like I said, this person, because at the bottom of this deck, it's like, I don't know who I am anymore. I wish I could be a different person. I can't make a decision. So, yeah, it's like, somebody had somebody in a third party. And it may have caused a separation between you and this person, Taurus, but... Or somebody can have, Taurus placements, but a separation happened, but it was needed, and it may not have been easy to, with the passion or the heat between you and this person, it may not have been, it may have been hard to walk away from this person, especially if you felt like, it was more for this, you felt more for this person than just sexual. You know what I'm saying? And they may have felt that way too, with no intentions of feeling that way, but, the more time away from this person and the more they trying to figure themselves out, it's like, even if I want something like this, like, why would I even do this person like that and still be in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to take, a deep assessment about something, even with your common sense. Like, damn, even if I really want them, I can ask myself, like, why am I still here with this person if I really want them? Why would I even still be here with this, doing what I'm doing right now if I really wanted them that damn bad? You know what I'm saying? They basically asking themselves these questions themselves. They're asking themselves these questions. Or you asking yourself these questions. Somebody is, because It's what I'm channeling. It's like somebody, wanting to know, like, even if they do have somebody else interested in them, or they have been entertaining somebody else, Taurus, or you've been entertaining somebody else, some passion, or, the passion between you and another person was intense. You know what I'm saying? Or they know it to be, but it's the thing of them knowing that there's some communication that need to be had. There's something that need to be said. There's something they need to know before they move forward. Because I feel like somebody is at a crossroads, or there's no cooperation from another person, when it comes to this communication. But it's something that somebody they dealing with, that somebody dealing with somebody that don't want to talk. They don't want to say like what's really going on, or what their intentions really is. Like somebody got a hidden motive as to why they with another person. So if this is a third party, it's like a third party got something else going on, or they using they involvement with you to make things harder for you to move on. That's why I said this about Aquarius. Like somebody got somebody that's constantly, or somebody that's in their energy that's refusing to let that person go, even though they know this person is being pulled in another direction. It's like somebody fucking with an energy vampire or something. Cause somebody, even if it's a happiness hater, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a energy vampire, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to be, somebody that's trying to lower your vibration. They can go after you. The fact that you high, on the clouds, you know what I'm saying? You team Jesus out here, you know what I'm saying? They still want to get in on that and lower that vibration. They want to manipulate you, see what it is you really want. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like the Princess and the Frog, like somebody, trying to tap in and see what it is they can do to keep you in that cycle. And I feel like that's what's going on with somebody, Taurus, whether it's dealing with you, or you dealing with someone, whoever this is that's thinking of you, or whoever it is you thinking of. Somebody has somebody in a third party, or there's some, third party interference, even if it's family, outside influences and things like that. Like it's something that need to come out and be said, but it's like whatever's being said is being made to make another person confused of what decision to make, so that they can make a sound decision. Ace of Swords. And until then, there's a separation that happened that was needed. And if it's a separation that need to happen with this third party, it's needed. You know what I'm saying? Rejection is God's protection. It's your protection. It's your protection from the Most High. But at the bottom of the deck, you got the Strength, and you got the Seven of Cups. The Strength in reverse. See, somebody, confidence is too low right now. And they may, feel as though they not as confident, and as strong-willed as you are. Or you may not be as strong-willed as somebody else in this separation. But this Seven of Cups is like somebody wishful thinking. Like letting too much, cloud your judgment, having too much going on. Investing too much of your energy and emotions and thoughts and, time into things that, are not, and for your best interest. A lot of these cups got different intentions for your ass. And somebody in some heavy conflict, this could have caused a lot of competition, between other people. Like somebody could have wanted somebody to fight over them or some shit like that. And it just, the passion of something died. Like something, just, whatever somebody thought, that one was going to do, or was going to make somebody, back down from, or, keep going along with, like that shit didn't happen. Like somebody like, shit, fuck you in that one, Taurus. Not playing. Like somebody like, shit, yo shit ain't all that. It ain't that good. It's good now. It might be good, Taurus. I'm just saying. It might be good. It might be good, Libra, Gemini. But listen, it ain't the only good out there. And it ain't the only good that, it's got less shit attached to it. It's the person behind that wood that counts. If the person behind that wood ain't hitting on shit, you got to let it go. And you got to admit to yourself, like, that's some good stuff over there. But that shit that person coming with, that person behind that, no. I'm going to move on down the road to that other fruit stand. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody over there, on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? The prices might be a little high, but yeah. I'm not trying to, bargain and get in where I fit in there for a piece of wood. No, I'm good. I'll settle for some wood chips. I'm just saying. Because I feel like that's what somebody, low self esteem, low confidence, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to having self discipline, you know what I'm saying, self love, self control. What are they doing about this intense? The heat between us is intense. What are they doing about this situation with Taurus? This person is thinking of Taurus. What are they doing about this situation with Taurus? What are they doing? Somebody could be looking into, because Five of Pentacles came out. Taurus energy. Somebody could be feeling left out in the cold right now. This person may not be able to do too much, or they may not be able to do much or nothing at five, with this Five of Pentacles. This person may be at a distance, overcoming fears, especially when it comes to them, starting something new. Or this person, you may be in some fear, you know what I'm saying, or moving on to something new, but and they could have been afraid of moving on to something new. Somebody may have had, a third party situation, be something that broke their heart in the past. Taurus. You know what I'm saying? And they could have felt left out in the cold, when things ended between you and them. Or something like that. Or you got left out in the cold, something like that. But there was a third party situation, that got involved or was involved at the time. And it was like something that ended, because of somebody being at a crossroads or somebody else. When it came to their decisions and somebody was like, you know what, I'm finna go. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, Five of Pentacles, this person may have taken a hit, financially when they, when they walked away from you, you walked away from them, whatever the case may be. Like somebody took a hit financially. But this is like somebody feeling as though they left somebody out in the cold and wasn't there really for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like something may have felt like it was just something sexual. You know what I'm saying? A sexual energy or something like that. And it's like somebody may have left somebody out in the cold, to go explore, go be adventurous, you know what I'm saying? With somebody that didn't have boundaries. And they ain't get nowhere with that. And this person learning a lesson from somebody too. Somebody learning a harsh lesson from somebody that they, and your boundaries is not, just, for you. It's for, the people coming towards you. And they should have them for themselves, but and their hands may be tied. This person, whoever this is thinking of you, Taurus, what are they doing about it? Like this person at this point could feel drained. They could feel very depressed, low, down on their luck. They could be going through some financial, crisis or something like that, where they having to ask people, a family member or something like that, for help. Or they having to, depend on a family member or something. Don't have to be, but it's like, somebody actually having to deal with, they finances, or deal with their energy, being something being restored, by way of what they invest and put back into themselves. And it may be at a slow pace. It may be at a time where they, feeling down on their luck. And somebody could feel drained right now, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody else is not around. Because, like I said, somebody, yeah, person wish they could be a different person, you know. But it's like, however they are, it's like you got to look at the root of the problem. You know what I'm saying? The root of the situation. Because a lot of times our past, plays a part in how we make decisions. And if we got an unhealed, past, in different parts of our life, you know what I'm saying? We have to go back and address them issues even if they hurt. You know what I'm saying? But let's move on to Pisces. How do they feel about Pisces? Who is this person that Pisces is thinking of? What do they feel? How do they feel about Pisces? In one card, how does this person feel about Pisces? Current energy. What do you see in me? Pisces, you could be asking, what did this person see in you, or what this person is that come to mind that, you want to know how they feel about you. People don't believe in me. How does this person feel about Pisces? They could want to know how you feel about them. They don't know how or what you see in them, or you may have never really told them, expressed to them how you feel about them, what it is you like about them, or what it is you love about them, whatever the case may be, But you may be somebody that, you don't get a lot of people that believe in you. You may have wished you could have understood this person more. You could feel like you don't know where to start, you know what I'm saying? Whoever this person is that you're thinking of, they could feel this way. All right. Clarify, what do you see in me? Is it just for Pisces? What are they doing about how Pisces see them? Or what is Pisces doing about how they see this person? Yeah. You got the Knight of Pentacles and you got the Page of Cups. Pisces energy. Like you could be trying to express it or find new creative ways, ideas on how to do that. Expressing to this person or showing this person. So your love language could be, action. Could be the things you do. You know what I'm saying? This person could be more verbal. You know what I'm saying? You may have to travel to do this. You may live at a distance from this person, Knight of Pentacles. Could be waiting to on something to come through that you, waiting to, like you could have did something. Because there's some big decisions. So whoever this is, they're going to have to be prepared for some big decisions that's got to be made. Or you're going to need to be prepared for some big decisions that's going to have to be made. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to make some decisions. And you're going to have to learn to have boundaries and, stand on your commitments. You know what I'm saying? Stand firm in your commitments. If you had commitment issues in the past, Pisces, like, it's. Because I feel like whatever it is you could live at a distance from this person. Don't have to be, but there's like this arrival. Like you could be expecting a package or something, that to come in, or you waiting to, have some type of something that might be related to what you spending money on. So it could be a ring, don't have to be. It could be some jewelry, it could be a package, of something that's a gift or something to someone that you using, to. But this is like a message of emotions, you know what I'm saying, with this Page of Cups. Like somebody got a creative idea they want to, use to express, but this is something you may be keeping close to your chest, you know what I'm saying? And this person may be somebody that believes in you when nobody else did, you know what I'm saying? Or always encouraging you, motivating you, but you may have spent a lot of time trying to understand this person instead of enjoying them. And the things that you may need to know about this person you don't know now because you were trying to understand them instead of um there's understanding and there's comprehension. You know what I'm saying? How people will say something like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" And then even in a dictionary, they can give you a definition, but they're also gonna say, even in a spelling bee, put it in a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Make it more real for me, to use that in day to day life. You know what I'm saying? Make a sentence out of it, as opposed to how I would use that word. You know what I'm saying? How I would use the actions in that word. You know what I'm saying? What do the actions of that word come with? So when somebody can comprehend what you're saying, then they can verbalize it back towards you, and tell you exactly what they're getting out of what you said. So that way you can see if they anywhere close to understanding what you said. Because understanding and comprehension goes hand in hand. That's why you got reading comprehension questions. You know what I'm saying? On any high school equivalent exam, they always want you not to just learn English, but comprehension. It's a whole nother subject. It's a whole nother area. So trying to understand a person means shit. That's like figuring out a damn math problem. And if you feel like this person is somebody that you need to solve, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to figure them out. You know what I'm saying? Get to know them first. You know what I'm saying? You can't figure out a math problem, you don't know your damn timetables. If you don't know numbers, then how is, that gonna work? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do one without the other. You got to know something in order to obtain this. You got to understand, what to do before you can figure out anything. You know what I'm saying? So getting the information, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now what are you going to do with that? And I feel like this is why somebody may not know what somebody likes, what their favorite color is, what's their secondary color, if they don't have this, okay, what's the third color, if they don't have that. That's something that somebody never had, or, what is it that they been, wanting for the longest time, but never could bring themselves to get it. It's too expensive. What is it? You know what I'm saying? Why do they want that? What do they need that for? Oh, I need this because I need to get that done. And, I've been looking around, shopping around, and that person, whoever this is, Pisces, you may not even know what that is. You may not even know that they into that. You know what I'm saying? Or what they doing right now. Whatever it is they into, what they do for fun. What size shoe do they wear? What's their ring size? And ring sizes are a person's shoe size in whole numbers. If you've been with me since I started, my channel, either one of them, I've told, people, what a ring size, an easy way to, get to that answer. If you don't believe that, then call a damn jewelry store, or jeweler, and ask them how they size their rings up, and ask them do they come in half sizes, unless you go in and get it fitted for an actual size of your finger. Your finger size fluctuates all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially once it get past your knuckle. Anything from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, your hands, and pressure in your body changes. You know what I'm saying? So that ring may fit okay now. It may be tight as fuck when you wake up in the morning. But yeah, your ring size is your shoe size in whole number. So if you wear a 7.5, more than likely a woman, your ring size finger is probably gonna be a 6 or a 7, depending on how your hands is shaped. You know what I'm saying? If you wear a 7.5, your ring finger could be a 7. It could be an 8. It could be a 9. You know what I'm saying? But it's a whole number. You know what I'm saying? In order for it to fit perfectly, even when your hand wet for it not to fall off, is for you to go to a jeweler and say, hey, what size, would that need to be in order for me to have a comfortable fit and not have to worry about it, slipping off at any time, do they come in half sizes? Can you, make this a half size? Well, you can bring it in, we can fit it to your finger. Is what they're going to say. All right? But if that man wear a 10, then more than likely his ring finger size probably going to be an 11. If he has wide fingers, you know what I'm saying, or thick fingers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So if it's not a 10, then it's probably going to be an 11, like I said. Or if they have a narrow foot, and they got narrow fingers and stuff like that, and they wear a 10, ring finger might be a 9. But it's going to be a whole number, all right? So if you don't know what size shoe that person wear, then more than likely you going to, probably need to ask them, or ask, them be ready to take that and go get it sized once you do decide on a option. But with this Knight of Pentacles, this is, somebody could live at a distance, like I said, or they could be waiting for some type of, goods or something dealing with money to come towards them. They could be waiting on to hear back on a package, coming in, something, they're waiting to get some type of news or some type, what I'm saying, some type of change. Even if it's a job, what I'm saying, that they feel like, is going to, if they live at a distance, they could be, wanting to move closer, surprise you or whatever, and whatever this is, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, somebody wanting to know what you see in them, or you wanting to know whoever this person is on your mind, you could want to know what this person see in you. They want to know what you see in them. And I feel like it's coming at a time where somebody didn't really know how to express that to somebody else verbally. You know what I'm saying? That may have been something that you did with actions, with money. And somebody may not be a materialistic person. So they may, be used to, they may want something to be said, not just shown. That it want both. You know what I'm saying? And it's possible, somebody need to know their love language. So definitely look up love languages, Pisces. What else is out here? Virgo. Definitely look up, love languages. All signs. Look up love languages and see what fits for you. Be truthful about what fits for you. Don't, what I'm saying, when it comes to how you express your love language. Because you never know who in your life has expressed their love language towards you in one of those ways, and it went over your head. You know what I'm saying? But that may be something you have to address to that person. Like, hey, I know your love language might be this or that, but, can you, forgive me for not knowing that, and I, want to add that I would like for you to use your verbal, if that's possible. Could you work on that? It may be something, somebody too shy to do, but it's saying you ain't too shy to cut somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But they could be, what are they doing about, what do you see in me? Whatever this person see in you, or whatever this person want to know about, what you see in them, or, what they see in you, or what you see in them. Somebody could be taking action, when it comes to doing that, by possibly going toward another person with some type of love message of love. This person could be younger than you, Pisces, or you could be young at heart, when it comes to these ideas that you, working on, keeping, close to your chest or whatever. But, yeah, this is about, possibly vulnerability too. Like, you may have been afraid in the past to be vulnerable, to tell somebody, like, listen, I'm in love with you. I love this about you. This. And it's like somebody, like, I don't want to do that. I did it to somebody, man. They took off. In the head and on the road. They took off, bro. I ain't even seen them since. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this person, you may have felt that way. Like, if I say this person going to take off. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do the most. And that person may live at a distance. You may have held back, But now it's, me looking at this Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It's like somebody need to be, some big decisions is coming, and it's going to, need you to take some type of control, when it comes to these decisions. You're going to have to, operate as a leader, from that point on. Because I feel like Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You may have what you need financially, may be financially set, but it's like somebody, just missing that person. That's going to value them for them. You know what I'm saying? And not what they got. And that's why this is, people don't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? People may see you got something, or see that you worth something, or watching you, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? You may want to fix something and don't even know where to start. But nonetheless, start some damn well. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, it's going to be something you regret if you don't. But what they doing, Pisces, or was action that's being taken, it's like somebody wanting to express something, say something, but they may live at a distance. Give me some more of their actions. Yeah, somebody, in some type of inner conflict, you know what I'm saying? Or the action that somebody feel like, they may end up walking into is like a, they may be in some type of competition. You may feel like, this person got options, you know what I'm saying? That, or you may feel like you're going to be met with some type of conflict if you come towards them. Or you could be battling with yourself, them inner demons, when it comes to what action, when it comes to taking action, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you, put this person in some type of silent competition, or you win some type of competition with this person. You got the world in reverse. Like there's a cycle that needs to close out, you know what I'm saying? In order for something new to begin. Because I feel like you see what you want, you know what I'm saying, is right there. You know what I'm saying? The goal that you got in mind is right there, but you got to take action. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand firm on what it is and see it through. You can't just make plans and not go after it, not make a move, because otherwise it's faith without work is dead. You can't say God ain't moving in your life if you ain't moving. God moving, you just got to do the rest. You got to do your part. So you could be battling with some conflict, you know what I'm saying, and whether you want to go take some type of action, or if you feel like you're gonna be met with some type of conflict, or or be in some type of competition because of the recognition side of it, you know what I'm saying. Somebody may have felt like they had to compete for you, and they you know what I'm saying, like somebody could have just took their ass on because they felt like shit. What do you see in me? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody may have known why they was with you, but you may have left somebody, hanging, on the fact of, not knowing, where they stood with you. Like they didn't know how you saw them. So they may have felt like, you had to be in competition with other people. Whether you told them about other people or they just intuitively, empath, high priestess, somebody, they felt like, they were in a competition with you because of how you played things. All right. Well, let's move on. Cancer. What do they think about Cancer? What do they feel? What are they thinking about Cancer? How do they feel about Cancer right now? How do this person that Cancer's thinking about, how do this person feel about Cancer? I feel like two cards came out. Is it over? Or I can't talk to you right now, but I'm not going to keep them. I just wanted one. How does this person feel about Cancer? How does this person feel about Cancer? How do they feel about Cancer? And I'm going to end it and pick up with Leo next. How do they feel about Cancer? How does this person Cancer thinking about you? How do they feel about Cancer? How does this person feel about my Cancers? I don't know where to start. Clarify where to start. I don't know where to start. Messages for Cancer. Clarify, I don't know where to start. Why they don't know where to start? Why don't they know where to start? Messages for Cancer. Why they don't know where to start? Well, for one, they probably see you happy with the sun. Leo energy, like they could see you happy. They see you as somebody faithful, goal oriented. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be sensitive to energy. Yeah. You appreciate the good things in life. You know what I'm saying? Like less is, more type is what I'm getting. Why don't they know where to start? What are they doing about this? Messages for Cancer. I don't know where to start. What are they doing about this, though? What are they doing about this situation with Cancer? What are they doing about this situation with Cancer? What are they doing about this situation with Cancer? I don't know where to start. What are they doing about this? That's just for Cancer. What are they doing about this? Somebody got some self-reflecting to do, for one. Could be a low vibrational Virgo, don't have to be, but you got the Hermit in reverse. Like somebody, got some going within to do. They could be refusing to, do some self-reflecting. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to they self. Like somebody, yeah. Like somebody could be curious about, what's going on with you, what you're doing, or, trying to figure out like gaining mental clarity about something. You know what I'm saying? Asking questions. This person moved on. They with somebody new. I see they happy. Are they happy? Whatever the case may be. And it's like somebody crying over spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? It could be a Scorpio. Or at some point you may have took an ending pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? You may not have even really want to move on to another connection. Five of Cups. So you could have been stuck in your ways. Or somebody was stuck in their ways, or not willing to be flexible, being stubborn, or somebody just breadcrumbing you, like holding back. You know what I'm saying? Like not reciprocating what you putting into them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This person could have been dealing with like self-esteem issues and stuff like that, but you could be turning over a new leaf, gaining a new perspective, or they are. But this is, somebody, what are they doing about something? Like somebody could be refusing to look within. Like somebody could be refusing, to go toward, that awareness, you know what I'm saying? Or getting some type of counsel, like trying to avoid asking for help or something like that. Or like it seemed coming off like they got it together, they figuring it out, or whatever the case. Like, because even in the upright, the Hermit talks about, giving, or receiving like some type of guidance, you know what I'm saying? Either from the universe or from outside resources, you know what I'm saying, sources or whatever. But in reverse, it's like somebody not wanting to ask for help, you know what I'm saying, or not looking within, at they self, you know what I'm saying, self-reflecting, self-evaluating. And it's like somebody asking themselves, even with this Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Gemini energy. It's like somebody could be battling, them inner demons, like when it comes to things they need to get out of their own way about it and cause problems in their life. You know what I'm saying? Or this is you. Because I feel like somebody, got things that they, may have treated other people like because of, things that, been done hurt, they done got hurt by. So two people or one person or something like this, like somebody curious as to know like what's going on. Like why would I do this? You know what I'm saying? Or how do I, come back from this? Like I did this, I was like that, you know what I'm saying? What would you do if this, if this was you? You know what I'm saying? How would I want this person to feel, or what would I do if this person did this to me? If they were like this toward me, what would I expect them to do? You know what I'm saying? Just being fair. But that's going to take them having to go within. Give me some more on what are they doing about this. I don't know where to start. At the Queen of Pentacles. Like somebody, feels like whatever it is you're doing, like somebody watching you, they could see that you working from home, or they can see that you're doing something, that you really love, that's making you happy. They're seeing you, in your confidence and stuff like that. And it could be, making somebody feel, like they not needed, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody feeling as though, shit, I ain't no need me doing this or being that way, or, let me figure out what I need. It's something like that. It's like somebody refusing like to go within and get some help, with figuring something out and just doing something on their own or something like that, because it's like somebody don't see how somebody else is, like they see it. Like somebody possibly can watch you, you know what I'm saying? Queen of Pentacles could be a Virgo, don't have to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is, someone that you could be dealing with someone Cancer, or this is you, that's unafraid of change, when it comes to your journey. You could, like I said, you're sensitive to the art, so you could be sensitive to energy, you could be an empath, be a healer. But I feel like somebody is definitely happy, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever it is you're doing right now. Like, and I see somebody see you as happiness, like they see themselves being happy with you, but this person, was refusing to go within, to get the answers that they needed to connect, with the universe, with their spirit team, with you. And I feel like if somebody was unaware, like found it hard to understand you, it's because there was an imbalance between you and them anyway. Like somebody was low vibrational, somebody else was high vibrational. Somebody was woke, somebody was, in between getting there, because they had, things that they needed to clear out their energy. Because I feel like, somebody felt, somebody got some healing energy. A Queen of Pentacles got some healing energy about them. And your healing energy, uplifts and keeps somebody feeling, very vibrant. You know what I'm saying? Like a kid again. You know what I'm saying? Like loved on and all this stuff. That's what I'm getting, Cancer. But I feel like at the same time, when your energy ain't present and you call for your energy back, it leaves somebody down in the dumps. And they could feel like, damn, man, like this person, like they ain't got to do me like that, because somebody see you as very attractive, very, handsome, very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They also see you as somebody guided, very protected. They see you as somebody, that manifests, that God listens to. You know what I'm saying? Not just listen to, but they see you as somebody that, believe in your spiritual beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like they know you have spiritual beliefs. They know you do. You talked about this with this person, or they just know it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is somebody that may feel like, they being treated unfairly. But this is them refusing to change. Like, get out of that old habit, that, what I'm saying, close out that cycle of that way of being, and this is why somebody don't have a hard time with feeling like they don't know where to start. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to them taking accountability and taking action. Like somebody don't know where to start. Like, damn, And I feel like the longer you let something, it don't matter if you start doing one thing out of them 10 things you could do. Do something off that list. You know what I'm saying? Because that one thing on that list may eliminate everything else, and it give you the answers to everything else on that list. You just have to take that leap of faith. You have to take that step. You know what I'm saying? Because faith is not meant to be comfortable. I keep saying that. There's a lot of passion, between you and this person, but it's like this person got to believe whoever this is that's on your mind, or whoever this is that, is thinking of you, you have to believe more in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody feeling as though, they can't promise you anything because this person, may be slow healing. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, whatever it is that you got going on, you may not be, too focused on, people that don't bring purpose, or somebody that's thinking of you is feeling that way. All right. So You know, somebody feels as though, you know, they may want to come towards you. But let's see, like, somebody may want to come towards you. What is this person's actions toward Cancer in this situation? What are they actions toward Cancer moving forward? Toward my Cancers. What are they future actions moving forward toward Cancer? What are they doing about this situation? What are they doing about this situation moving forward? What are their actions toward Cancer? What are their actions? You got the Moon, Pisces energy. You got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So somebody, you know, could want to come in and give you an offer. You know, or this could be, you know, you choosing yourself in a situation. Or choosing yourself right now. Because something could have been like at a honeymoon phase at one time. And then, you know, it may have, you know, started to, you know what I'm saying? How when you're in a honeymoon phase, it seems like, you know, you want the world with this person. Until after a while, you know, something may have fizzled out. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? But with the moon out here, it's like somebody, you know, feel like whatever it is, like they confused. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know like where to start. And it's really about them listening to their intuition. Like you can see happiness with this person, or they can see happiness with you. But somebody may be refusing to go in hermit and just look at they self. Look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? How do you see yourself? Like, do you feel like you have things going on with you that, you know, somebody can actually work with? You know what I'm saying? That is worth, you know, connecting on any level with. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a healing energy about someone here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be a Virgo. Somebody has like a healing energy. Cancer. So they could work from home. They could be a homemaker. Somebody could be a single parent mom. They could have a job and do something from home. Like they could sell things from home, or, you know, have a side job or something like that they do outside of they actual job. You know what I'm saying? But you may feel like, you know, it's something that you know, confused by, or, you know, feel like there's a risk or some secrets, you know, dealing with somebody that you know, feel like it's something you're not seeing. Like you feel like some of these people or this person, you know, is like taking a risk. But whatever it is causing some level of confusion, you know, for you. Or it's causing a level of confusion for this person and them not knowing where to start. But it's like there's a Two of Cups here. There's an offer here. Could be a partnership, you know what I'm saying? Could be a job offer or something that somebody, you know, want to work with you, bring you in on. Take it how it resonate. All right? But I'm going to end it here. I'm going to come back and start with Leo. So sorry about the time, you guys. But listen, hopefully the message resonates with you and or is helpful in some way. All right? Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, I love you. Bye.